I don't surf websites very often because they don't change. If I've looked at it, I'm going to go there again tomorrow and see the exact same thing. But their social media will be different. What you'll find is social media is people's websites. They'll go there before they go to their website to even justify going there first. Right? Instagram and Google are the top two places that people go to verify identity or learn how to do something. Right? So they might not make it to nickhyder.com, which I highly encourage you guys to take a look at, if they don't get past Instagram or Facebook or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So, great question, though. What other questions do you guys have? I have a team that does my stuff now. In the beginning, I did every post. I filmed everything and posted it myself and so on and so forth. And I used the same intelligence to make decisions on when it was time to hire a team to do that stuff for me as I did with cutting grass. At some point in time, my time became more valuable spending time with kids or helping a customer than it did on the lawnmower. Right? My wife became more valuable doing other things than cleaning the home. Right? So at some point in time, my time became more valuable to have somebody else do that, for me to invest in a team to help me with that, than it did for me to actually post. I'm a big believer in, you can use schedulers if you want to. They're a great fail-safe. But in the studies and the analytics that we've shown, if you post directly to Instagram and directly to TikTok, it's going to perform better consistently than if you're using a third-party thing to go in there, because Instagram knows you were never in there. You used a third party to get there. Again, what's in it for Instagram? Being on the platform, right? So again, but again, it's what's best for you right now, because that's temporary. It's only that way until you change it, right? So anything that you do today or any decisions you make are not forever; they're temporary. Okay. So when and I'll tell you guys a quick little story. In the insurance business, it's a lot of internet leads. You buy data and you call it and you email it. Sound familiar? All right. So in the insurance world, when I first started, it was 80 calls a day. It took all day. And then it was 100. Now it's about 2,000 because nobody answers the phone. You're not talking to anybody. Okay? But in 2015, my wife and I realized we read a book called Think and Grow Rich, and then another book called The Strangest Secret. And in The Strangest Secret, there was an exercise. He said, get an index card, a little index card, and write 10 of the easiest goals you can do for 30 days in a row. And when you fail, rip it up, or write a new card and start over. Just like AA, right? So our first card was beautiful. I got messy handwriting and it still looked good. It was color-coded. We used all designs. Art was on there, it was awesome. You know what I mean? And it sucked because I had to rip it up and write a new one the very next day. All right? The reason is because it was 10 of the easiest things we could do 30 days in a row. So my wife and I were we're going to eat good, right? We're going to drink 10 gallons of water. We're going to work out 14 times a day. You know what I mean? We're going to spend 19 hours a day with our kids. We're going to sleep. None of it added up. And we ended up ripping up that card the very next day, had to write a new one. It was on the 16th card that we ripped up that my wife and I realized that we were actually the problem. It was all us. First thing we learned is instead of saying we were going to drink all the water in the world, just drink water. Could we do it in bed sick? 30 days in a row, that was the task. So we actually learned how to set goals with that exercise. All right? After the 16th card, we didn't rip up another one for a very long time because we learned how to set goals, we learned how to finish. Learned a lot about ourselves. But one of the things that we made a commitment to do was call 100 people a day, every day. We did that 532 days in a row. Okay, back then it took all day to call 100 people. And I went back and tracked it. We had 4 deaths in the family, 8 or 9 vacations. My son traveled. We were all over the place in baseball tournaments. We got sick. Life happened. But my wife and I were taking turns going to the back of the SUV at ballparks on Saturdays getting our calls in because we made a commitment. Why not 533 days? Because that was the first day that we couldn't call 100 people because there was so much inbound traffic. And the whole time we're calling those people, we're posting online and we're building a brand. So that I hated every one of those calls with all my passion. And I couldn't wait until the day that I didn't have to do it anymore. And then in 2017 and on, my wife and I became the first people in the entire company to personally produce over $1 million without buying one internet lead, all inbound traffic. We got life back. We got quality back. We got more time with our kids. We got more vacations. We got everything. We built something that we could lean on and rely on that we still utilize today. All from calling 100 people a day, all while making 2 to 3 posts a day. And by the way, every post that we made for those 532 days in a row was, as a matter of fact, it's the same message we still post today on about our insurance stuff. Another win for the customer. Who's next? That's it. If I sell solar, you don't really care how the solar works. You just want to know that it does work. I don't care how the pizza's made. I just want to know how I get it and when I get it. Right? So nobody cares about health insurance. I didn't either. But they did need to know that we were the best solution to their problems, and we don't win until you win. And that's all we marketed over and over and over again with a different photo or a different video. One message. What's your message? What one-word problem do you solve in the market? What is your brand positioning statement? I showed you mine earlier, right? Breaking down the playbook of other successful people so you can have success too. Everything that we do is in line with that. What's your mission?